stay tuned, guys. Let me know if you guys have any questions. So again, it's your boy Kobe Rising. Coming for you, coming for you.
Everyone know we the realest, a bunch of go-getters. I bet you can tell I'm the illest. You don't need your fingers to feel it. You know I can straight spit, knock you out with a late hit. Feel like I'm the one, like I'm Neil, but this is the real life, not the Matrix. I'm about to go ape shit. Ain't no gotta roll out. I know gotta roll out, yeah.
Yeah, what's going on, man? It's your boy Kobe Ross and Ross back at it again with a banger. Man, let's turn something up, man. Come on. We turn it up on Wednesday, dog. Let's go. What's going on, everybody, man? Shout out to the gang. What's going on? It's your boy Kobe Ross and Ross. You did. We back at it again with a banger. Shout out to Queen City Organics, you dig. Make sure you hit me up for the sea moss. You can hit me on my IG down below at King Alajuwan 21 if you're looking for your sea moss. What's going on, Shaw? I got my IG family tapping in. You know we about to get lit. You dig. Also, shout out to True High Clarity. It's how you want to live your life. True High and with clarity. Check out the website, truehighclarity.com. Get your fits. Looking fresh, looking dapper, you dig. As you guys can see, we got some trending news coming up, you guys, you dig. But just give me 1 second. We about to turn it up for y'all. Let's go. And we back at it again. What's up, y'all? What's going on? Tap in with me with the comments, man. Make sure y'all hit a like. Make sure you guys comment below. Let me see you guys tapping in. I want you guys to turn it up with me. And we got a show for y'all today, man. We got a show for y'all. We're going to shake some tables up. What's going on? Hey, man, my IG family tapping in, man. Look, we getting turned today. We getting turned up, man. I had a great week. This week has been very productive. Way more rest this week than I have because last week, man, we had a lot of work going on. And for y'all that showed up to the Saturday event, man, I appreciate y'all for popping out at the Crunch Gym. I will be at Crunch Gym selling the sea moss. So if you guys did purchase the sea moss, I will be at the Crunch Gym giving it to you guys. I'll also be doing samples at Crunch Gym. I will let you guys know ahead of time and let you know when to pop up, show some love. You can actually meet me in person. We can chop it up at the gym and everything like that. So, yeah, make sure you guys are tapping in, man, with the gang. You dig? What's going on, everybody? I said my IG family, man, they tapping in with me, dog. What's going on? All right, yeah, I'm about to bring something up. So, yeah, let's get into the topic, man. Let's go ahead and get it started. I think this is going to be a really good topic for you guys. The food industry. Why is the food industry corrupt? There's a lot of reasons, man, and honestly, this really is nothing but a breakdown of a YouTube response. You guys may actually know his name. His name is Dr. Bobby Price, and he did a video about his 8 reasons why the food industry is so corrupt, right? And then I'm kind of piggyback over what he's saying and just kind of give my thoughts on it. And then at the end, I'll just kind of reiterate and let you guys know pretty much what I think about it. But long story short, man, we all know how corrupt this food industry can be. And a lot of us really don't know what the ins and outs are when it comes to the health and food industry. A lot of us are just eating food, picking it up as we go. We don't have the time. A lot of us don't cook like that. So this is giving you guys a breakdown of what is all to come when it comes to this food. And he gives a really good breakdown. And let me go ahead and pull it up for you guys. So we'll go ahead and get straight into it. And let me know if you guys can hear it in the comment section. Give me 1 second here. Here we go. Hit it on top. All right, boom. All right, I'm gonna play the video. Just give a thumbs up if you guys can hear it. All right. All right, about to start it.
Corrupt, okay, which is a totally different conversation, but we're gonna explore it. Number one, because their top priority, the food industry's top priority, is their bottom line. And if with something this important, which is a necessity, food is a necessity. With something this important, when your top priority is your bottom line, how much money you make,
Appreciate y'all. Thank you for showing that love.
Your stockholders, the company itself, profits, if that's the top priority, then it's set up to fail from the beginning. There was no way that we were going to keep a safe, nutritious, healthy, and ethical food system, because if they're allowed to make their top priority their bottom line, then guess what? Every decision is going to be made based on what is profitable. And I'll be the first to tell you, like, cheap, toxic food lasts longer. It's cheaper to make. You can sell it for a higher price.
Yo, that's real. You can barely hear it. Okay, cool. I got you. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit more. But long story short, he's got a point. So if you guys think about cheap food lasting longer, think about, and I don't even like to drop names like that, man, but we're gonna drop them tonight, man. Think about McDonald's is cheap, but they keep it on the shelves for a very long time. I don't know if you guys saw the video about they dropped the McDonald's was it a cheeseburger into a bowl of stomach acid, and they showed what it looked like just kind of over time. And I think it took a long time to dissolve, but when it did, it was just this black ooze, right? You know what I'm saying? But long story short, man, it's not real food, it's preservatives. So what pretty much the food industry can do is cheap to make, and they can sell it at whatever price, or a little bit higher price. So not only are they making their money back plus some, but that's just off of one burger. And they have restaurants all over the world. So you're making money tenfold just by selling you guys something fake that looks appetizing. They just make it look good on the commercials just so you can go and pretty much spend your dollar on it. And they're making bread off of it. Why? Because they know that not a lot of people have time to cook. Most people want fast food. Let me back it up. All people have time for really is fast food. It's crazy. So they figure, hey, well, if no one has time to eat, let's give them something quick to eat, no matter what it is. Chick-fil-A changed their meat. They did. Yeah. I'm glad you said that. Chick-fil-A isn't the chicken that y'all think it is. They actually did a video about Chick-fil-A. I'm glad you brought that up, where they put chicken, like a real chicken breast, in a cupboard, and then they put the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich in the cupboard too. Closed it for X amount of days, right? The real chicken actually had mold on it. The Chick-fil-A chicken had no mold on it at all. That's scary. It's scary because a lot of people love Chick-fil-A. They go to Chick-fil-A. They die by Chick-fil-A. Not well, not let me not say that. They don't talk about Chick-fil-A, but you get what I'm saying, because a lot of people go to Chick-fil-A a lot because why? The stigma is their healthy food, they're Christian based, they can trust, they're trustworthy and things like that. And I'm not listen, they got great customer service, but when it comes to their product, it's got preservatives on it. Let's just keep it real. What's going on, G? Salute, my brother. You can tap in with me too, bro. The Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich is not like how it used to be. It's the food is changing. Long story short, they're making things cheaper here. Why? So they can make profit off of people's lack of cooking, because the times have changed. See, back then, you had, the father, the mother, they're working, but someone stayed at home to cook the food. Back then, they sat at the table, they had their dinner, things like that. And so now we don't even have time for any of that. We just have time to go get food, bring it back home, eat. And most of us go back to work at a second job because that's just where we are in these times. And a lot of us just don't have time for anything. So if you have kids, most of the time, let's say if the kids are grown, they're going out and getting their own food from fast food anyway. So we don't have a culture of cooking anymore like that. And so they're going to make their money off of that. And then preservatives. What's going on, Trey? And they're making their money based on, long story short, they're making money off of our laziness. I'm going to just keep it real. So what he's saying in intact is true. And think about how much the meat has changed now. So I'm going to really give y'all some game. There is lab grown meat that has been a thing for a very long time. I'm going to be honest. Y'all go to a restaurant, more than likely y'all probably ate some lab grown meat. I'm going to just keep it all the way real with you. They've been talking about cloned meat. I mean, really, ever since I was in high school, and this has been in the history books. I remember seeing when they were talking about cloning meat, and they were using that as a point to say that it's cheaper to sell the clone meat to everybody else. And it's been surveyed enough to where the people tried. It was two different types of plates. It was two burgers. One burger was actual like beef from a cow. The next burger was a lab grown beef from a cow. They had people try it, and 90% of them could not tell the difference. 90% of them could not tell the difference. It was insane. It was insane. So long story short, they've been doing this for years, y'all. And y'all probably been eating and didn't even know it. Been eating for years, didn't even know it. Thinking you eating real meat, and here you are eating lab-grown meat. I'm telling you. People think Chick-fil-A is a godsend. I'm telling you, they really do. They think Chick-fil-A is just the answer to all prayers. Well, guess what? Hey, they're playing y'all. It's not as real as what y'all think it is. All right. And so, again, like I said, this was in the history books, y'all. So just keep in mind, this is one way that they get ahead of you guys, which I agree with, is if it makes money to them, it's going to make sense. If they can make the money based on how the economy is shifting, they're going to do it, regardless of what it does to the body. Regardless, right? And so he's going to get into the next topic, and he's going to discuss the food agency, right? And just for y'all that don't know anything about Dr. Bobby Price, he is or used to be a pharmacist, an actual pharmacist, and he realized that the food industry has changed. And as a pharmacist, he prescribes the medicines to the people when they come pick it up at like CVS or your Walgreens. So he knows what's in the prescriptions based on the chemicals and what they do to the body. He knows it. So he has his own interpretation, and he's went more of a holistic plant-based route to do the same thing that he was doing when he was working in the pharmacy, right? And that's just a basic summary, and this is just my take on it. You guys can do your own research and look him up yourself. But long story short, like I said, we're going over his discussion on how food is corrupt, and he's taking it to a different level, but I'm bringing it to you guys' attention because he's bringing science to it, right? And so I want you guys to really tell and get your own understanding of what he's saying, but I'm gonna bring it to the light. So just keep watching, y'all. I'm gonna show you guys what's up. Let me play it real quick on the video. All right, here we go. Let me know if you guys can hear it.
So this is another reason, again, why the food industry is so corrupt. Okay, no ethical standards, and the top priority is their bottom line. Number two, the food agency is funding the protective agencies. What I mean by that the AHA, the American Heart Association, the American Diabetes Association, the American Cancer Society. When you start to look up who are their top funders, you will see a lot of the foods that are causing diabetes, that are causing heart attacks, that are causing cancers, known carcinogens. Guess who? Guess who just so happened to be the top funders? You go to the ADA, the ADA, which is the American Diabetes Association. You look at the diet that they say that this is what you should be eating if you're diabetic. Most of the foods on there are actually causing your blood sugar to be high. Same thing with cancer. So that's what I'm saying. Like, the food industry has paid these agencies off. And you can, it's not that I'm saying it, I'm saying go to their website and look at what they're saying you should eat, shouldn't eat, and you will see things on there that are directly correlated with what that agency should be fighting against. Okay. And you'll see the hypocrisy in it all. All right. Number 3.
So, and he's talking about the American Heart Association. He's talking about the American Diabetes Association. So he's talking about going and looking up some of the stuff that they recommend, and what they're saying is they're being funded by, pretty much, long story short, the system. All right. And that's pretty much what he's telling you guys. So long story short, you should do your research on what these sites are showing you guys. I'm looking up the stuff now, and it's pretty much stuff that a normal person would think is healthy, but they're not taking into account all the chemicals in it. Like, it talks about eating a sloppy Joe. Like, we all know what a sloppy Joe is, but this is coming from the diabetes food industry as a recommended food. They're talking about eating stuff like sausage patties, egg and ham burritos. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show you guys right now. So just so you think I'm playing, I'm right here. All right, you guys can see it. You guys can see it on the screen. It's talking about meatloaf, chicken pastas. I mean, look at this. Brownies, stroganoff. I mean, flan, rice with milk. I mean, this is what they recommend. And that's what he's saying. Like, a lot of that stuff is causing a lot of the issues. Meat lovers breakfast cup. Bruh. Y'all got to be kidding me. But again, like I said, he's coming from a plant-based perspective. So you guys got to really keep in mind. I know a lot of y'all are like, man, look, I eat that stuff right now. I eat this stuff right now. And I get it. Most of y'all do. And most of us have eaten it. What's going on, Ernest, man? Everything is all good, brother. How about yourself? Like lemon chiffon. And look, this is what it has in it. It's a sweet tart dessert. It's got sugar and eggs. Like, come on, y'all. And this is coming from the Diabetes Association. So it's being funded really to keep you guys down. And this is proof. And so if you want to really lower the diabetes, why are you guys recommending things that are going to increase your chances? All this is high sugars. That's what this is. And so again, like I said, this is coming from their own website, and this is what he's talking about. So that way you guys aren't just left out in the dark about this. I'm actually pulling it up for you guys to see it. So it's not, they're not playing games here. This is coming directly from the ADA. All right. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look up the other one. Let me see. Let me pull up the other site. What was the other one? American Cancer Association. Here we go. American Cancer Society. That was it. Yeah, I'll share this screen right. Hold on. Let me pull it up. American Cancer Society. Here we go. Cancer.org. This is crazy. Cancer.org. Small changes. Eating a healthy, active lifestyle. Now, I agree with the healthy and active lifestyle. That's true. Let me look up and see what they recommend. Learn about diet. Here we go. Control the weight. What is healthy weight? And they talk about the same stuff, BMI, which is fine. High in vitamins and minerals. Foods that are not. Oh, yeah. Let me share the screen so you guys can see it. Let me know if you guys can see the screen. Fiber-rich beans and peas. Whole grains, bread, pastas, which turns into sugar in the body. Red meats like pork and beef. Come on, y'all. Processed meats. The Cancer Association is telling you guys to eat processed meats. Bruh. This is I'm showing you. Look at this. Y'all can see it right here. I know my IG family can't see it, but this is crazy. Go to cancer.org and you will see they recommend processed meats. They also recommend eating sugar sweetened beverages like sodas. Y'all, highly processed. A healthy eating pattern. This is the Cancer Association. Y'all, come on. And then it goes to show, it says fill your plate with vegetables and beans and grains. Like pick which one it is. Pick which one. Reducing cancer risk in your communities. The stuff that they recommended is the stuff that will aid in giving you cancer. I'm gonna give you guys a prime example. They just said soft drinks. I'm gonna show you guys something real quick about soft drinks. I'm gonna share my screen real quick. Sorry, my IG family can't see this, but a Sprite Zero Sugar. There's a soft drink. Look at the ingredients: carbonated water, citric acid, potassium citrate, natural flavors, potassium benzoate, I can't pronounce that. Aspartame, and I can't pronounce that either, but you guys can see it. But I'm gonna look up the ingredients so you guys can see it. All right. So potassium citrate. Here we go. Side effects. And just to let you guys know, this is the potassium citrate. All right. Here's the side effects of taking this. Here we go. Allergic reactions are skin rashes, itching, hives, swelling to the face, lips, tongue. Look at this. Muscle weakness, esophageal ulcers. And this is what's in that chemical. And it's also used in medication, but here you guys are putting it in a Sprite can, a 0-calorie Sprite can. This is crazy. What's going on, family? I'm telling y'all, and this is coming from their the Coca-Cola website. So this is no lies. This is what they're putting in the drinks, and they're telling you guys what's actually in it. All right. Here's another one. Potassium benzoate. Here's the side effects of it. Food or beverage containing potassium benzoate. Oh, let me share the screen real quick so you guys can see it. All right, here we go. Potassium benzoate and ascorbic acid exposed to light. It may form a chemical benzene. Here we go. Benzene containing foods may cause hives, severe allergic reactions, especially with people prone to eczema, itchy skin, or chronically stuffy or runny nose. I remember a story where, as a kid, I was told if you drink a lot of soda, you'll have a lot of bumps on your face. I remember that. Ernest has a question. Says, will clean eating help lower the risk of diabetes? I say the short answer is yes, but we need to define clean eating. So I personally, this is a personal thing, right? Let me blow up my screen just so you guys can see my face on this. I recommend alkaline veggies and alkaline grains being the biggest portion on your plate. What's going on, big dog? Tap in with me, bro. It's the alkaline veggies and alkaline grains need to be the biggest portion on your plate. Long story short, the next thing is going to be whole foods. And what I mean by that is one ingredient foods: brown rice, lentils, what's another one? Carrots, just a food that's one ingredient, right? Nothing that has multiple lists of ingredients, just whole foods and herbs and holistic herbs, to fuel your body to where it needs to be. All right. That if you follow that regimen diet, cut out the sugars, and none of that's processed, by the way. Whole foods is not processed foods. All right. French fries is fried in canola oil or whatever oil. So it's not considered a whole food. It needs to be out the ground. And you can lightly cook it, right? No frying it, none of that. Keep it from a whole food, clean perspective. To me, that's my personal opinion. You'll have your heart rate slower. And if you guys have any questions, man, feel free, please. That explains why we draw some soda. It's addicting. And yeah, matter of fact, I wasn't even finished reading the rest of the ingredients from the soda can. All right, this is crazy. From a 0 calorie Sprite, aspartame. Here it is. I'm gonna share my screen just so you guys can see it. Aspartame is a possible cause of cancer. You guys can see it. The International Agency for Research on Cancer has classified aspartame as a possible cause of cancer. And here it is in a 0 sugar Sprite. And they're selling it to you guys. And people are buying it like hotcakes. Willingly. They're buying it like hotcakes. And it's a link to cancer. That's not even the whole ingredient. The next one. All right. A sulfamine potassium. Here's another one. This is insane. Here's the effects of that on the blood sugar. Researchers found that the sweetener caused by minimal changes to the blood sugar levels. Here we go. Observation study cannot prove or cause. Yeah, but it's linked to diet drinks and obesity, type 2 diabetes, and metabolic syndrome. And these are cited. All right. They could also disrupt the blood sugar control and insulin secretion. So issues with insulin and blood sugar, that's the effect of that last chemical that's in a a 0 sugar Sprite. It also increases the amount of sugar absorbed by the cells and from the gut. So that means your gut is more apt to absorb that sugar, which is even more crazy because it also has a link to obesity. It's funny how a diet drink can be linked to obesity. Isn't that just ironic, right? It's crazy. It's very ironic. And is it a raised link to cancer? It could increase the risk of cancer, you guys. So think about this. The 0 let me just pull this up on the screen so you guys can see what I'm showing you guys. This 0 sugar Sprite, all these ingredients, especially the last 3, all have a possible link to cancer. It breeds your body for cancer to grow in your body. And people buy this, and people are buying it. And it's the science is breaking it down to show you guys the truth. This is the actual truth and what people are buying in this day and age and how it's linking to cancer. And this is proof of how the food industry really is manipulating you guys if you're not reading the labels, which is why it's important. And it's funny because I just looked up on the American Diabetes Association, and it actually tells you to read the back of the labels. But I'm just Googling it just so you guys can see what these ingredients do to the body, because a lot of us won't do the research. So I'm doing it for you. And that's what it does to the body. And they're selling it to you guys, and they want you guys to see it. This is what I mean by they're hiding the truth in blind sight. They're telling you the truth, and you don't even see the truth. That's some deep stuff. Let that marinate. Let that marinate, man. We got to keep going. We got to keep going. All right. We're going to get to the next one. Hold on. All right. So here's the next thing he says about food. Let me share the screen real quick. Let me know if you guys can hear it.
The food agency lobbies and funds most politicians, if not all of them. And politicians create the regulations and the policies are in and around food. So they're deciding what our kids are eating at their schools, okay? They're deciding what is okay and what isn't okay, which is why our foods are banned here, but not banned in 30 other countries. They're deciding those regulations and policies on what is considered a vegetable. That's why here in America, a packet of ketchup is considered a vegetable in our kids' school, because these food industry and food companies are lobbying and funding politicians, okay? And they been bought and sold, many of them. Okay, I'm not going to say all of them, but many of them, most of them. Okay, and I won't even give you my whole spiel around what I think about that, but I'll just tell you is that if you, in my opinion, if you are a servant of the people, that goes with everything from a policeman to a school teacher to a politician. Your highest priority should be the safety and the goodness of the people.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look as a whole, it doesn't add up. All right. Number 4.
So he brought up some really good points. The politicians are lobbying. And for y'all that don't know anything about politicians, this is how they make their money. All right. This is how they make their money. So if the government wants something done, what the politicians do is they lobby for it. So that's how change is made when it comes to the government. For example, you can actually lobby to put a stop sign in your community if you pull forth the money to lobby for it. And when it gets signed off, that's how things get done when it comes to the from the state side. And for those that are in politics can quote me on this for sure. All right, but I do know that that's how things happen when they lobby for it. That's how things, you got to put the money up for it. Long story short, perfect example. When Biden got into office, the first thing he did was he did not go into immediate student loans, debt, or none of that stuff that he said that he was going to do. He did what people lobbied for that got him the presidency, which had really a lot of things not to do with the United States. It had a lot of things to do overseas. Why? Because they lobbied for it. They put the money up for it. So he did and signed a lot of agreements that was already been paid for based on the people that helped lobby for it. So long story short, what he's talking about is fairly deep. If you guys don't really know, you should probably look this up. The politicians create the food policy around the food, aka the FDA, right? I remember in high school, and y'all that like went to high school like around me or like with me can probably agree with me right here. We were sold soybean burgers in high school. We weren't even sold regular burgers. And ketchup was definitely on the food pyramid, because I remember a student was asking about pizza, since pizza had cheese on it, which was dairy, had the bread, which was the grain, had the ketchup, tomato sauce, which was the vegetable, had the oil, which was the fat, had the meat, the pepperoni. So it had everything on the food pyramid would count as healthy. And he asked the teacher, and he said, "Is pizza healthy because it has everything on the food pyramid?" She said, "Yes." Somebody help me out. Somebody help me out. Oh, yeah, I already answered that question. No wonder sodas aren't always good for your health. That's exactly why. The science proves it, man. Let alone other carbonated beverages. I highly agree. Showtime said, "What up, Showtime?" Approximately is actually in a lot of sugar, zero sugars, which is exactly what they said. It is a zero sugar product and it's been used widely. That's exactly right. It's a substitute for sugar and undercuts of something else. It's true. And that's why I gave the science, because the science proves the point. All of those chemicals, zero sugar, have been linked to cancer growth in the body. Think about how cancer is made. If you guys don't know, this is going to be a teaching moment. So, cancer is created. All right. You have to breed the cancer cells. So think about it like bacteria. Bacteria, you have to have the environment to grow bacteria and fungi, right? Think about that as cancer. Your body has to be primed to hold cancer. All right. So when they say link to cancer, think about it as priming your body to grow it, because that's why it's hard to kill cancer, because it comes from the cells. It's growing. But so think about it like a bad plant. Like, it's going to grow and it's going to either do something good or do something bad. Cancer is something that grows, but it does something bad based on the environment that it's in. All right. Think about it like a kid that came out of an impoverished environment. He's not going to have the best of he's not going to have the best teachings or what have you, right? And I'm not saying that person's cancer, but I want you to link it and get the point when I say You have to breed these things for cancer to grow. So for the body, you have to prime your body for cancer to grow. If you're constantly drinking these sodas, if you're constantly eating processed foods, if you're constantly eating processed meat, if you're constantly eating the sugars, if you're constantly eating the things that are linked to cancer over and over and over and over and over again, you're priming your body to grow, and eventually something does happen. The chemical reaction enacts with the body, and it says it's ready to grow, and it freaking grows. It grows. This is why it's important for you guys to maintain a healthy lifestyle so you can lower the chances of cancer to grow. It grows with inflammation, acidic. All right. It grows with acid. So if you're eating the right foods, that lowers the inflammation in the body, which lowers the acid. Hence, you are now lowering your risk of cancer. Come on, y'all. This is basic. Now I'm using just basic logic at this point. All right. Let that marinate real quick. We're gonna keep it. I'm telling you, we keeping it G tonight. We keeping it funky. I know my boys and my fellas tapping in with me. All right, we get on to the next one. All right, let me know if you guys can hear it.
The food industry funds professional associations. Professional associations like the American Medical Association, go look, which is the AMA, which is for physicians. Go look who the top, the top funders are. Okay. Go look at the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. Look at who their top funders are. It's going to be the food industry. All right. So it makes sense that your diet, your dietitian is going to be recommending things that are causing the issue that you're trying to fight. And it's not because they're told to do specifically that, it's because they're funding these actual professional organizations. Then guess what happens? And we'll get into this in just a second. They not only fund them, they're also funding higher learning institutions. Okay. So they're funding a lot of the science that is being created around, nutrition, that's being created around what are the standards of care for high blood pressure, what is the standard of care for autoimmune conditions, things of that nature. And so when these recommendations are being,
y'all, let that marinate. The system funds the professional associations. The AMA. Let me show you guys what the AMA is. This is now getting into the healthcare advocacy of the medical professions, which is physicians. So if you go to a dietitian, they're going to recommend you what they are prescribed to do, because who is funding them? The system. The same system that also funds what we just talked about, the politicians that help lobby for the food, which also is in the protective agency, which is the AHA, which is the American Heart Association, the ADA, the American Cancer Society, which also promotes to eat processed foods, which also is linked to cause of cancer. The same people that fund it is also going back into the physicians that you speak to on a daily basis. Come on, man. Including him. He was a pharmacist. He had to go and change his ways now to a more holistic approach because he saw what it was doing to people. Check this out, man. Hold on. I'm going to keep playing some more, and then we're going to break it down. Just listen to what he says.
companies who are saying, hey, we want you to look into, look into high fructose corn syrup. We did a study on it ourselves. We'll hand the data over to you, but we want you to do this study and this.
Make sure you guys share this out, man. Share, like, and comment.
This high fructose corn syrup isn't as bad as what you think it is, especially, high fructose corn syrup compared to fructose is already in fruits. That's why one of the reasons why they call it fruit. So how could it be bad if it's already in fruits? These are the type of things that they're doing and creating clinical data for and doing studies around. And as a result, funding high learning institution, funding these professional organizations like the AMA and the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. It's very easy to see why these food industry, get approved and end up in hospitals and end up in schools. Okay. All right, so just number 6.
Yo, all right. So check this out. So if y'all don't know, another example of what it says about these food administrations, think about General Mills. I'm gonna show you guys something that's gonna trip y'all out. I'm gonna show y'all something that's gonna trip y'all out. Hold on. Let me pull my screen right back up. You can be like, bro, what? Look at this, y'all. Look at this. If you guys can see this, look on this box. Hold on. Here we go. Look on the box of Oreos. I'm gonna blow it up. Bioengineered ingredients. Bioengineered ingredients contains. Hold on. Let me lower this up. Let me drop down my banners just so you guys can see this, man. This is a real deal. Contains bioengineered food ingredients. Right there. It's showing you guys. In a box of cereal. Oh, y'all think this is a game? Hold on. I got y'all. I got you. Well, what about Cheerios? Isn't Cheerios healthy for you? Okay. Hold on. I got you. Y'all gonna get tripped out. Right here. Look what it says. Contains bioengineering ingredients. Right there. In a box of Cheerios that says it's supposed to be healthy. Here's another one. Nature Valley protein bars. All these cereals, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Honey Nut Cheerios, Frosted Cheerios, Lucky Charms, Reese's Puffs, Ritz crackers. Look at this. Ritz crackers. I'm gonna show you guys the whole site right here. Contains bioengineered food, electronic digital disclosure, a box of Life cereal, all the flavors, Impossible meat, derived from. Check these words out. Bioengineered crops end up in our food supply as highly processed ingredients. Come on, y'all. This is insane. And tapioca pudding. Hold on. Let me pull it back up. I want you guys to see everything. Yes. That's right. In your cereal that your kids are eating. Even in a Campbell's soup. Contains bioengineered food ingredients. Food ingredients made from corn, soy, and sugar. Genetically modified crops. Corn, soy, sugar. Genetically modified crops. Ernest says, you got to be kidding me. I'm not kidding you. Hold on. I thought Nature Valley was good for you. Well, guess what? It contains bioengineered food. It does. And it's on the label. So I'm not lying. Go pick you up a bar, read the back of the label. Bioengineered. But I want you guys to pay attention. Write this down. The 3 crops. Think about the words I'm saying. 3 crops. Corn, soy, and sugar. Genetically modified. So anything that's got soy on it, I'm cutting it. Anything that's got corn in it, cutting it. Sugar, cut it. That's right. Cut it. And it's all by General Mills. Oh, y'all think I'm done? Oh, I ain't done yet. I'm not done yet. There's a lot of GMO foods that y'all eat every single day and don't even know it. Don't even know it. That's right. Hold on, I'm about to show you guys. Pop-Tarts, Pringles, and Fruit Loops, genetically modified. The cereal industry, genetically modified. Rice Krispies, Fiber One, Mini Wheats, Raisin Bran, Total, All Brand, Honey Bunches of Oats, genetically modified. Anything that says derived from bioengineered, pay attention to that. Pay attention to it. That's right. Pay attention to it. Golden grams, cinnamon rolls contains bioengineered food. Y'all, I'm heartbroken because I actually love cereal, but it's the truth. Dunkaroos, Cookie Crisp, SpaghettiOs, y'all. SpaghettiOs, GMO. We all know Twix and Snickers, all that's GMO. Campbell's soup, GMO. Campbell's soup. A lot of y'all buy this stuff every single day and eat it. I guarantee you. Y'all don't even realize y'all eating GMO food. What's going on, D? Food industry recovery, especially in America. Yeah, it's all GMO. And this is the proof. And I wish you guys, I wish you could see it. If y'all want to go actually see what I'm showing, look on my YouTube live. It's Rise and Rise Academy. I'm actually showing you guys pictures of it, and it shows it on the label. When you guys buy your Campbell's soup, go look at the back of the label. GMO. Bioengineered foods, that's GMO. Reese Puffs, GMO. Corn Flakes, GMO. Pop-Tarts, GMO. All of this stuff is GMO. Nature's Valley, GMO. Boca, GMO. Morningstar, GMO. Kashi, GMO. Here's the worst part. Gerber. That's the baby food. Y'all feeding y'all babies GMO food. Don't even know it. Infamil, GMO. Betty Crocker, GMO. Kellogg's, GMO. Worst part, Similac. Y'all feeding y'all babies Similac. You're giving them GMO food. Confirmed. Lab test shows over 30 plus popular foods contain GMO, and are you eating them? I guarantee you most of y'all are saying yes. So much of a whole lot of processed foods that contain bioengineered ingredients. You're exactly right. That's right. And I'm like El Paso, Quaker, General Mills, Kellogg's, GMO. But here's the crazy part. FDA approved it all. So it's the same FDA that approved all this stuff, and they're feeding it to y'all. Don't even realize it's GMO. All of it's processed food, GMO. The chicken noodle soup that's in the can, GMO. The checks, the corn checks, the cereal, GMO. He said, chill. I ain't chilling tonight. We ain't chilling. Because a lot of people don't know this stuff. So I want to bring it to the light. The Annie Supermac, GMO. General Mills, if it says General Mills, I guarantee it's GMO. It shows it right here on the screen. Morningstar. I know y'all seen that. It says it's healthy, vegetarian, GMO. Why? Because it has it's bioengineered foods derived from. So it's crops, soy, GMO. They only care about the almighty dollar, which is the first thing I went over in this live was the dollar. If it makes money, it makes sense. They can make money off of cheap product, sell it to y'all for a high price to get rich, knowing what it does to the body. And guess what? They don't care. Why? Because they're making money. Because people don't want to go and do the right stuff, which is get to the farmer's market, eat organic and whole foods. Matter of fact, I got the food pyramid that's going to help you guys out anyway. And it's on my live right now. Check it out. Alkaline veggies, alkaline grains, fruits and herbs, whole foods and snacks. Whole foods. All that's whole foods. That's what you're going to eat most of the time, and you will cut out a lot of the GMOs naturally. Why? Because the food list shows it. Here's the food list right here, just so you guys can see it. Let me move the comment out the way, just so you guys can pop that out. Amaranth greens, avocado, bell pepper, cucumber, dandelion greens, garbanzo beans, chickpeas, lettuce, kale, okra, olives. These are one ingredient foods. One ingredient foods. Zucchini, amaranth, fonio, kamut, quinoa, wild rice. I love wild rice for y'all to know. I love lentils for y'all to know. Hemp seeds, sesame seeds, tahini butter, apples, bananas. These are fruits. Elderberry, cantaloupe, raisins, herbal teas, burdock, chamomile, ginger, raspberry, tia, olive oils. Here are the oils: coconut oil, grapeseed oil, olive oil. These are things that you can eat that does not have GMO in it, but you got to be careful too, and you got to read those ingredients and read the back of the labels. Y'all thought I was playing tonight. We are going in. We're not done yet. The banquet, the little quick meals, the ones you get from the frozen section of Walmart, GMO. The little Boston Market chicken parm, GMO. Y'all better stop. Y'all gotta avoid this stuff. The little quick meat loafers that you put in the microwave, GMO. All right, man. Look, we gonna continue on. We're not even done yet. I'm gonna keep it real with you. We're not even done yet. We still got a lot more. We still got a couple more things to cover. Hold on. Let me play it for you guys real quick. And let me know if you guys can hear it too. Here we go. Boom.
7 is because they create and puppet front groups and councils.
Yep.
They create and puppet front groups. So they're literally creating front groups that ride along with their initiative. Let me give you an example.
Propaganda.
One example would be the Alliance for Food and Farming. Okay. So that's, most people hear that Alliance for Food and Farming. It sounds like somebody who's about making sure the food and farming is in good standing, and nope, funded and created by the food industry itself. And I'm not talking about good food industry. I'm talking about the food industry.
Oh, my bad. I'm pulling back up.
Okay, so they're about health and nutrition. This got to be.
Let me know if you guys can hear it.
If I see a study from there, it's got to be right. It's got to be good. It's got to be scientific, right? Nope. Owned by General Mills.
General Mills.
Okay.
GMO.
Here's another one. Beverage Institute for Health and Wellness.
Coca-Cola.
You hear that one, you're like, all right, this is the Beverage Institute. They're definitely going to be advocating for people to drink natural spring water. Guess who owns them? Coca-Cola.
Well, I tell you.
so the point of the
y'all know that Coca-Cola owns Dasani. You also know that Coca-Cola owns Smart Water. You also know that Coca-Cola owns AHA. These are waters that Coca-Cola owns. They're making money off of y'all. Look at the back of the ingredients of those waters and tell me if it's real water. Y'all think I'm playing?
That I'm trying to make is, a lot of times when you see these studies or you see these prominent scientists who are, heading up these institutions and these new front groups that you have no idea who the origin is, but then when you check the funding, you find out, oh, it's General Mills. It's, people who are making Frosted Flakes and Fruity Pebbles and Coca-Cola.
It's crazy.
Creating these front groups who basically ride their cause into.
Look, they're creating the front groups. Long story short, they are the face of it. And so that's what they're pushing, but they have the money for it. So they're going to back up what they want you guys to buy and to purchase. So if you think you guys can eat healthy, drink some water. Well, Coca-Cola is now funding that. So it's not as healthy as you think. Why? Because they're funding it. The same people that fund it are now creating the GMOs that you eat and actually adding to the demise of what the health is doing to the body already. I just showed you guys what was in a 0-calorie Sprite. The last 3 ingredients alone was linked to cancer growth. Add on top of what you guys are eating day to day. All of it's linked to cancer. Is crazy. And it makes it hard to get away with. And that's why I sympathize with the people that can't afford it because it's cheap. I understand it. I get it. But you have to know what comes with that. You have to know what comes with buying those cheap products like that. Thank God I got a dietitian who's been telling me that foods to eat and that's exactly right. Get you one that's up on game. It's kind of like a therapist. Like if you're going to get a therapist, talk to a therapist that's going to put you on game, not one that's going to give you and feed you the same BS that everybody's feeding you. Get you one that's going to heal your traumas. Same thing with the dietitian and your physician. Get you one that's going to be real with you. So much processed food. Yep, that's exactly right. You got to be kidding me. I'm not kidding you, bro. This is insane. All right. I'm going to get to the last point, man, and I'm going to give you guys some comments and questions. All right. Where is it at? Here we go. All right. Let me know if you guys can hear it. This will be the last point.
Happening every day here in America and many other countries. All right. Number 8 And this is the most important. And this one's probably gonna strike a nerve with a lot of you. The number 8 reason why the food industry is so corrupt is because we participate in our own demise by voting with our dollars when we buy the food that they put out on the shelves.
Woo! Let that marinate. What we just talk about? All the good tasting foods, the cereals, the natural valleys, like you mentioned, the Coca-Colas, the soft drinks, all that. We participate in the all my dollar. Why? Because you don't have to drink or eat any of that stuff, but we participate in it. Why? Because they know the issues that the general public is having when it comes to food. They know what problems they're having. So they're trying to put in there, they're trying to make money based on our laziness. Say, okay, well, they're lazy. Let's just go ahead and feed them this. We're going to make some money off of it. Why? Because this is going to help generate more traffic to help people go faster. People make more mistakes. The health is going to decline, which is going to lead them to the doctors, which is also being funded by what? The system. Because the ADA, the cancers, they're also feeding the educators in this, aka the physicians, the doctors, the same people that are funding these people. They're all making money. They start off by understanding your problems, and your problem is that you're not exercising like that. You don't have time to cook, so they know you're going to eat something fast. You're hungry. You need to go to work. You're going to work 2-3 jobs. So you got to eat a Pop-Tart real quick. You're going to get a box of cereal, going to get you some yogurt, going to get you some Sprite real fast, get you some energy. And over time, you're not going to catch it. And eventually, you're going to have a problem. You got to take off work, lose money, get into the doctors who are being funded by the same people that is selling you the food that you're buying that's causing issues. Yeah, we're going to the rabbit hole. That's right. Yeah, that's what it says. TikTok will be talking about the connections that we're doing the rabbit hole. Absolutely. But I'm giving you guys a quick summary of it all to let you know that it's a whole system that is designed to corrupt you. But here's the thing, though. I can't blame them because they understand the problem because they're business minded. So now to take it into business and money, it's all money. It's like D said, it's about money. What's going on? It's about the money. So if the money is telling y'all and showing y'all, if they know and understand business, they have to know who's going to buy their product. The people who's buying their product is who? The people who go to work all the time, the people who are just in their cars, they're going through the drive-thrus, they're going to go shop for something quick. They have kids probably, so they're going to make sure that they have juices. Capri Suns, for example, these fruit juices that you're giving these kids, these little fish sticks and chicken tenders and chicken nuggets, something real fast that you can feed the kids because they're hungry because you ain't got time to prepare a healthy meal. It's in Gerber Foods. It's in Infamil. They're knowing that it's a little bit cheaper. They know that you're going to go buy it to give the kids because you don't have time to prepare the meals. They know that. So they're going to say, here's a quick solution. All you got to do is give us some money. And y'all are going to say, take my money. Every time. Leads to problems later on. Down the rabbit hole you go. Why? Because the system is showing you guys that this is an option. And that's all it is an option. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. I remember growing up, my grandparents had a garden. We would go to my grandparents' house. We'd get fresh food out the garden. What's going on, Danny? We'll get fresh food out the garden. I remember going to my grandma's house, and then my daddy was saying, hey, grandma said she got some fresh greens out the garden. They got some fresh potatoes out the garden. Man, that food was so good. Man, it was scrumptious. And they grew it themselves. So we actually have that option. There's food that you can grow in your backyards. There's food that you can grow in your apartment. You can start off small. I'm actually going to do that myself. And so these are small. Even if you don't have time to do it, cool. Go to a farmer's market. Find you a farmer that is ethical. Someone who's not using all this GMO product, these chemicals on the food, that's clean. And then just try to buy as clean and organic as possible. Clean your vegetables, clean your fruits. I personally only really shop for one ingredient foods, which is lentils, chickpeas, mushroom, vegetables, fruits, herbs. I'm cooking it. Actually, here's some recommendations that I actually have for everybody. Here we go. Vegetarian deli slices, which really all that is, and they're recommending that you can use lentils and tomatoes, which I haven't used lentils on a sandwich before, but they say they can do it, so you can do it. You can do your spelt grain bread, lettuce, tomato, avocado, and then you can have that as a vegetarian style. And this is what so let's say if I go get a sandwich, I'll get that whole wheat, I'll get the spinach, the lettuce, I'll get the banana peppers, I'll get the olives, I'll get the tomatoes, I'll get the cucumbers. If they have avocado, I'm gonna do an avocado spread. I'll use oil and vinegar, oregano, and a little bit of pepper. Man, I'll tear that whole sandwich up, man. That's something real quick you can do, and it'll last you. It'll sit on you. The next one is aka the bowl of lentils. I'm actually gonna have that tonight. Have your bowl of lentils. It's packed with protein and carbs. It's both. And you can have it with your grain bowls. You can have it as a soup as well. Chickpeas and beans. I love chickpeas because they're high in protein. It's meaty. I love it. You can mix it up with your vegetables. You can see the picture right there. I personally probably wouldn't eat it like that, but it'd be something similar to it. But have your vegetables on the side to give you your fiber. It's easy to make, and they taste great. They taste wonderful. I also use protein pastas, aka they say soybeans. I'm not using soybeans because we already went over soybeans. Lentil-based pasta, chickpea pasta. For my guys that's trying to gain weight. You don't have to do that type of pasta. You can also do zoodles, which is zucchini noodles. You can also use squash noodles, right? Butternut squash noodles. There's tons of variety that you guys can do to get your plant-based options of food. All right. And I don't want to go too much into it because I know we're running out of time, but I appreciate everybody for hopping in on this. This is real. It's pretty funny when people have been providing samples, products at Sam's Club. And yes, because that's what they're paid to do. Ernest, they're paid to do that. All I can tell you is to speak a whole lot of truth when it comes to the way we eat, when it comes to the processed foods. Exactly. I'm just giving you guys the facts because it's all here. It's all here. But the purpose of the show was to bring the awareness and the truth and the proof of why the food industry is corrupt, because long story short, it's a system. It's like Dee said, it's about the dollar first. If it makes money, it makes sense. They're going to also pay the politicians, which also lobbies the policies that go into the FDAs, which approves these so-called foods that are also linked to cancer, which is also being funded by the system. And the Cancer Association is telling you to eat the foods that cause the cancer, to get you sick, that you're not going to do the research, that they're going to do the research because they're paying for the research because it's being funded in policy and lobbied and implemented into the system, creating the puppets, propaganda, Coca-Cola, General Mills, Gerber, all these supposedly popular foods, GMO to feed it to you. Don't even know what organic is, and they're feeding it to you. And we participate in it and give them the money willingly. That's the system. That's the game. And I broke it down to you just in this show. They have you all discombobulated. But your boy Cobe got the answer. The boy Cobe got the answer, y'all. This topic was really good. And long story short, I approach it from a plant-based perspective. The Rise and Rise Academy Food Pyramid. Take a screenshot of this, save it, and go find your food. Fruits and herbs, whole foods and snacks. And when I say snacks, I'm not talking about potato chips. Whole foods snacks. Natural nuts, cashews, mixed nuts. What else? Brazil nuts is one of the better nuts that I snack on. I'm so glad I made the decision to grow herbs and veggies and fruits in my garden. I've ordered some seeds that are ethically sourced, and I'm going to water my plants with free water. Amen, sister, from the natural spring in Concord. Nuts and seeds and snack on. You're exactly right. And none of that has dairy in it. None of what I said has meat in it. But if you're going to eat meat, let it be clean and the smallest portion of your plate, which is palm size. But the biggest portion of your plate is the alkaline veggies and grains. Why? Because that gives you the energy of what you need. What's going on, Jazz? Nuts and seeds what I snack on. And I'm also going to be making my own milk from nuts. Exactly. And see, I'm glad you said that. Y'all, that's another answer. If you're gonna do your milk, if you're gonna do your cheese or whatever, make it yourself. You can make your own cheese. You can make cashew cheese by using nutritional yeast, cashews, a little bit of water, put it in a blender. That's your cheese right there. That's your cheese right there. You feel me? Same thing. If you're gonna eat the food, try to grow it yourself, or go to a farmer's market that you trust. Make sure they're ethical. Go and shop with them, but talk to them. I'm gonna give you guys a quick story. I went to a farmer's market one time, and actually it was the first time that I went. And luckily I was given the game early, so I kind of know what was going on. So when I went to the farmer's market, I was shocked. You know, the farmer's market sells fruits and vegetables that are store-bought. They sell the products that are store-bought. What's going on, Red? They but you have to ask them, hey, is this store-bought or did you guys grow this? If they're telling you the truth, they'll tell you, oh, this was store-bought, but we grew this one. I talked to a farmer who actually has some apples that were grown in his front yard because he had an apple tree. He had to look up what the apples were to sell it at the farmer's market so he can educate the people on the benefits of eating those apples versus the store-bought apples. I went and bought that apple because he told me the research. I did the research myself with him. He broke it down to me. That was an ethical farmer that wanted me to get a product based on the benefits. And what do I always say when it comes to all these different shows that I do every week, every Wednesday at 8 p.m.? And that is to eat the food that's going to promote the lifestyle that you want to live. I know I want to live a healthy lifestyle. I want to be in shape, and I want to have sharp thinking skills and everything like that, and have tons of energy. So my food is based on mostly a plant-based diet that's going to help fuel me in a clean capacity. I'm able to go hard in the gym. I go to the doctor, and I don't have really any issues at all. And so it goes into the testament of the food that I eat. You guys can do the same exact thing. You can also do so much. You can do with mushrooms. It's funny you say that. I did a king trumpet mushroom scallop, and it was delicious. And if you guys want to go look that up, go look on my IG. And I did a king trumpet scallop meal. I did rice, broccolini, seared, and I also seared the mushroom, the king trumpet mushroom, and it looked like a scallop, and it tastes great, had tons of protein in it. And y'all, the food was good, and it was clean. It was clean. And so this is what I'm saying when it comes to fueling your body right. These are things that are going to take away from what the food system is giving you guys, because we all know the food is corrupt. So this is the answer, because I gave y'all the proof. Now I got the answer. You guys do not have to do that. You guys can now shop and get the food list. Take a screenshot of this food list, and this is why it's here. So you guys can see what to buy. All right? You guys can see what to buy. This is not a game. And if you guys are looking for detailed info on it, please feel free to hit me up. IG is King Alajuwan 21. Hit my Facebook up, Rise and Rise Academy. You dig what I'm saying? We are going to get up out of here. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. Shout out to my man Ernest, man. Shout out to my brother Showtime. Shout out to Jazz. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to Danny. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to Charmaine. You feel me? Shout out to Taylor. Shout out to all my folks that be following me, man. When we're faced with an obstacle, what we do, you already know how we do, man. We rise and rise, baby. Be drunk, y'all. Let's turn up. Yeah. And man, make sure you guys like, share, comment, share this out to at least 2 to 3 people. Always hit me up. Have them follow my IG, King Alajuwan 21, Facebook, Rise and Rise Academy, YouTube, Rise and Rise Academy. Let's go. Yeah.